Helene, I understand you went on the Gaza Freedom March?
I did.
Where are you from?
From Woodstock, New York.
Oh, the famous Woodstock.
Famous Woodstock. The infamous Woodstock.
All right. Now, that's not exactly a metropolitan region. What made you go on the march?
I've been involved in the issue for the last couple of years. Been working with a group called Middle East Crisis Response Group, which is out of Woodstock, and we do a lot of work. And when I heard that this was happening, I went down to the initial organizing meeting and was hooked.
And when you got to Cairo, what did you see? What happened?
Well, Cairo is a police state, and they had determined, with the support, I'm sure, and pressure of the United States and Israel, to not allow us to go. So even though the organizers had done everything that Egypt had asked us to do in terms of giving all kinds of information, phone numbers and passport numbers, they, at the last minute, decided to rescind all of the permits that they had given us to meet. So originally we were going to meet for one night for an organizing meeting. There were about 1,600 of us, and they decided that any meeting more than 6 people was illegal. So we had to be very creative about how we got together.
And so what did you do? Did you get involved in some of the demonstrations in Cairo?
We did. We demonstrated every day. You could pick and choose which demonstrations you wanted to be part of. I found it very frightening. The police were all over the place, fully helmeted and batoned and shields. They had everything. And
here you're an American citizen. We give Egypt billions. Did you feel protected from the American embassy and such?
We weren't protected at all from the American embassy. In fact, there was a group that went to the American embassy, and they were pretty roughly handled there. One of the kids was thrown over a barricade, and that had to be with the support of the Americans, because the Egyptian police wouldn't have done that otherwise. So they gave no help at all.
And did you get to see any other part of the Middle East besides Cairo?
Before we went to Cairo, I traveled with my husband, my 20-year-old son, and my sister-in-law, and we went to the West Bank. So we were there for about only 4 days. We were stopped by a snowstorm on this end. But it's one thing to read about the wall and to hear about the wall and to see pictures of it, and it's another thing to stand right next to this wall and to see what Israel is doing to the land of Israel and Palestine. It's horrifying.
They say the wall's for their security, the Palestinians are all terrorists.
Right, well, we know that that's not true. You know, the wall is there to give Israel more land and to make life so intolerable for Palestinians that the Israelis are really hoping that the Palestinians are going to move away. I mean, that's the dream.
You were there for 4 days. What parts of the West Bank did you see?
We were in East Jerusalem, and we went to a community where houses are being taken over by Israel. The Palestinians and all of their appliances are, thrown out onto the street. And
this Sheikh Jarrah?
Yeah, and Jews from Brooklyn are coming there in 3-week stints, taking over the houses. It was just horrifying.
And that'll continue to happen for the next 2 hours.
Well, you've been changed by this experience, I assume.
I think there's no way that you can't be. Once you really know what's going on there, you can't turn your back on it.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for this interview.
Sure, you're welcome. Thanks for doing it. Thank you.